ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Quabosily. And today we are going to be working on the Ford Freestyle. Today we are going to replace what's called the ignition switch in the Ford Freestyle. Now, the reason why I could sense that this is going out is for one reason, and it's because the interior lights are flickering on and off as I'm driving. Now, typically when you're driving a car, once all your doors are shut, car is running, your interior lights should be off, or with the newer vehicles, they're on for a few seconds and will shut off. Now, with the Ford Freestyle, they shut off automatically as soon as you shut the last door. Now, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Some people's Ford Freestyles will stay on constantly. Mine flicker on and off. And the way I've been able to kind of bypass that for a little bit is just wiggling the key in the ignition. Now, I will show you the part that is worn out is where the key enters in the ignition. At the very end, there's your ignition switch that turns lights on and off. So that will eventually get worn out to where, it's not such a clean connection. So we're going to replace that today. So without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So we are underneath the steering column. And right where your hood latch is, you're going to see right on the left-hand side that there is a 7mm bolt. And on the other side, you're going to see another 7mm bolt. So we're going to go ahead and take these two bolts out. And then once we get those out, we were able to pry this bottom plastic piece under the steering column out. And I'll show you the next step from there. Alrighty guys, I lied. There was one more screw. There's one more screw right up underneath your hood latch. So go ahead and get that one out. So I got that out, pulled the piece out. Now we're able to get to the bottom of our steering column here. And you'll see that there are two Phillips head screws, one right there, and then one right there in the top right, and then of course one more right underneath your adjustment latch. So we'll go ahead and take those three out. Once we get those three out, we can just gently pry where it meets the top piece of your steering column up by your turn signal, and then we should be able to get access to our ignition switch. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so I got that bottom cover off on the steering column, and our ignition switch is right there. And as you can see, the lights are flickering in the car. So there is a power connector right there. If you just push it in, you can pull the back wire behind that, this black one right there. And then once you get that disconnected, there are two clips. You see one right there. There's going to be one up on the top here. If you just press both of them down, you can pull it right out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'll show you the difference between the old one and the new one. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So I've got the old one and the new one. The new one is the blue plastic. The old one is the black. You can tell the old one's got some wear and tear on the plastic compared to the new one. As well as you will see that there's a little dial in here. I'm trying to get the camera to focus on it. If you see that little silver dial, there's a dash through it. I need to make sure that the dashes line up. So you can see the new one does not line up with the old one. So I'm going to have to line up the new one with the old one. Once I get that lined up, I'm good to go ahead and put it back in the car. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so I got the new ignition switch in. It just pushes right back in with those two retaining clips. Just push it right in, it works just fine. That concludes, guys, that's it. The new ignition switch is in. And we're good to go ahead and put all of our covers back. So we're going to put the steering column cover back with the three Phillips screws. And then we're going to go ahead and put our bottom floorboard plate back on here with the three bolts on the bottom. And then I'll end off the video. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so I got everything buttoned up. Got the steering column, got the front floorboard back on. We're going to go ahead and give this bad boy a shot. We're going to go ahead and put our key in the ignition. Start up the car. Now, as you can tell, all the lights are off. Before, I was able to wiggle the key and get the lights to turn on, but the lights don't turn on, so I'm glad that it works. And everything seems to be good, so hopefully when I hit a bump, the lights don't come on anymore. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so that concludes today's video on the Ford Freestyle. I hope this helped you guys out if you guys had the same problem I did. I will be glad to not go to work in the morning with lights just randomly coming on. So I'm glad that it fixed that problem. I still have a problem with the lights somehow flickering when the doors are open. I'll have to figure that out somehow. Maybe it's just a loose connection somewhere. But without further ado, that solved my problem on the road. So guys, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you guys like this video, please give this video a like. If you have not already subscribed to Quad Boss Elite, I know we haven't been posting as much as we used to, but we'll start getting more on track with that. But that concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Catch you guys on the next one.